July 7th, 2005. I found this old rust-covered notebook in a bush not far from the tree line behind what's left of Chestnut Woods Psychiatric Center. I didn't even realize where I was at first. Not until I saw the broken fence, the crooked sign half buried in vines. The paint had peeled away long ago, but the name was still faintly there. Chestnut Woods, just seeing it made my skin crawl. Saying it out loud felt worse. Like calling out to something you didn't mean to wake up. Like knocking on a door you didn't really want to open. The place hums. Not audibly. It's more like a feeling behind your eyes. A buzz in your spine. A pressure you can't explain. Like it's aware of you. Like it remembers who you are even if you've never been there before. Like it knows you don't belong and resents you for it. The notebook just looked like trash at first. The kind of thing you'd pass without a second glance. Water-warped pages. A moldy, half-detached cover. The paper clumped together and smelled like earth and mildew. But there's not much left to do in the world except survive. And even that feels like a ritual without meaning now. So I grabbed the notebook, took it back to camp, flipped through it while the fire burned low. Something about it felt heavy, not in weight, in presence. And then I started reading. The entries inside were written by someone who had been locked up in Chestnut Woods when everything started falling apart. According to him, he was in solitary confinement when the outbreak began. Said the building went silent overnight. No footsteps. No shift changes. No loudspeakers. Just the flicker of the lights and the occasional scream from somewhere above. But his cell stayed locked. The water still worked. He had enough scraps of food stashed away to get by for a while. The cafeteria wasn't far. He could wait it out. And for a time he did. He even believed he might be one of the lucky ones, sealed away from whatever was going on out there. But something changed. He said he started hearing things through the walls. Whispers at first, laughs, then the crying, scratching, screaming. He thought it was other patients. Then he thought it was staff. Then he stopped thinking it was human at all. He wrote that the silence in solitary wasn't safety. It was isolation. And isolation wasn't peace. It was bait, a trick. The hospital wasn't a refuge. It was a cage. Something meant to keep something in, or maybe something out. And he said someone or something opened the doors. Chaos followed. He heard it. The stampede. The crying. The laughter that wouldn't stop. He waited as long as he could. He thought the quiet would kill him. Thought the darkness would eat his sanity. So he made a choice. He left the cell. He should have stayed. After he got out, things unraveled, fast. The corridors weren't empty. He said they were full of movement but no life. Things slithered, crawled, dragged themselves along the tiles. He talked about lights that stayed off even when the power was restored. Doors that vanished behind him. Rooms that shifted every time he turned around. The walls whispered to him, spoke in his voice, asked him questions he didn't understand. He wrote that the dead came before the virus. He wrote that Chestnut Woods was not built to heal, it was built to contain. That beneath the foundation there were things buried deep. Things older than names, older than reason. That the outbreak wasn't the start of the end. It was just the signal. The moment the rot finally surfaced. The last few pages of his writing are erratic. Not nonsense, but desperate. Like his mind was breaking open under the weight of what he had seen. His handwriting changed. Smaller, closer. Like he was afraid of being overheard, even by the paper itself. He drew maps, symbols, a spiral he returned to again and again, a spiral around a door with no handle, a phrase repeated between lines. It watches, it remembers, it waits. I never went inside the hospital. I only circled it, kept to the trees, but even from a distance I felt it. The way sound changes around it, the way shadows move wrong, the wind stutters when it hits the building. Like it's afraid, like it tries to go around. The birds avoid the grounds entirely. Animals don't cross the old property line. I did. And now I have this notebook. I tell myself it's just a journal, that none of it matters, that it's only the scribblings of a dying man in a dying place. But the dreams say otherwise. Since I found it, I've seen rooms I don't recognize. Long corridors full of flickering lights. Tile floors slick with something dark. Doors that breathe when I pass. And always that sound, that wet dragging sound, like something heavy and alive pulling itself closer. The dreams feel more real each night. Sometimes I wake up gasping, covered in sweat. Sometimes I wake up with dirt under my Sometimes I wonder if the virus was just a trigger, a flashpoint. Maybe we were always this close to the edge. Maybe this place, Chestnut Woods, was one of the first cracks in the surface. A place where the mask slipped and something older looked through. There's no help coming. No safe zones. No military airdrops. No more politicians. No more heroes. Just survivors clawing through the ashes, scavenging through a broken world, hoping to stay one day ahead of death. And I am tired. Not the kind of tired you cure with rest. The kind that lives in your bones, in your soul. The kind of tired that makes you look at a sunset and feel absolutely nothing. That makes you forget your name for a second and not care that it's gone. But I keep moving, because stopping feels worse. A town untouched, a home behind barricades, a stretch of land where laughter doesn't echo wrong and where the silence isn't heavy with ghosts. But hope is dangerous, hope lies. And Chestnut Woods is still back there, watching, I can feel it. I dream of walking back, of opening the door, of going down the stairs. I don't know what's beneath the building. I don't know what was buried. But part of me wants to see it, to know it, to understand. The notebook hums in my bag. Sometimes I think it wants to be finished, that it isn't just a journal. It's a seed, and it's growing.